it's going okay. Well, the shotgun ammo can't be company issue either, but...
Probably not, no.
I had no real plan. I was going to give the kidnapper all the manuscript pages I had for Alice. If that wasn't enough, I'd hold him at gunpoint and make him talk.
Now I actually had a gun to do so with.
A couple of them, in fact.
3 of them. Well, counting the flare gun.
I mean, yeah, it would probably fucking hurt to get shot in the chest with a flare gun. I'm not gonna lie. Huh. That was a lot of...
Time was frozen today. On the other hand, the game is kind of obvious. Well, Alan Wake is pretty obvious about when stuff is going to attack you, because you get this effect.
Yeah.
You start hearing noise.
You seem to be a much better shot on the 360.
Yeah, the controller is... Either the sensitivity is at a reasonable level, or it's the fact that I think my wired one is a third-party controller.
Yeah, that would probably do it. I had issues with my third-party wired controller as well. For some reason, it registered the analog triggers differently than the actual Microsoft controller. So they didn't work in every game. Yeah, it was weird.
I know, like, it had issues with Borderlands for a little bit.
Huh.
And then I just, like, fuck it, I'm just gonna stick with using the mouse and keyboard.
Well, I use an Xbox One controller, an actual Xbox One controller, on my PC now, and it's... I gotta say, I really like that controller.
I don't like its weird, like, square thing going down at the bottom. Should be round. Smooth. Sucks to be that guy who somehow was... And then the capture card blinked again.
What the hell?
I'm confused, but... This must be the work of an enemy stand.
Apparently.
Suddenly... Wasn't really feeling a sense of urgency there. Oh, we'll see about that.
Well, you've got it. You might as well use it.
Item limit reached.
Get used to that fucking message.
Turn on all the lights.
This game makes sure you never run out of ammo. I mean, you might run out of ammo for a particular gun, but you are never going to be without bullets of some kind.
And what if I was just like, what if I turn on the light?
Well, it makes things a lot simpler, as it turns out.
Come at me, bro.
This is my boomstick. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
Item limit reached.
I was gonna say, you damn well better go back for those shotgun shells.
I mean, there had to have been another fight coming, so of course I would. I think the game doesn't actually periodically spawn enemies, it just has appear at set set moments, and then no more.
Yeah, all the enemy encounters are scripted.
It just does this effect to trick you into thinking otherwise. Rather, it's more of an indicator of, well, it's probably going to be happening at some point shortly.
And all of a sudden it's dead quiet. Did Barbara Jagger just get bored, or... No. Never mind.
She went on ahead.
The dark presence was moving ahead of me in the same direction I was going. A cold feeling settled itself in the pit of my stomach. Was it going for Alice?
Also the part where I was probably walking through a graveyard. Honestly, I think that would make me more uncomfortable than the, You know, it's not wrong.
No, it's really not.
Now you can fight fast enemies all the time. Like having pizza on a bagel.
I haven't had bagel bites in a while.
I thought about buying some at work because they had some on clearance because they were cleaning out the non-pepperoni ones. It's like 90 some cents for a box.
That's not bad.
Oh, it seems kind of expensive still for just like 4 bagel bites.
Oh, boxes of 4. Yeah, that is kind of expensive.
Or whatever those the smallest boxes are. I think it's 4.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like buying pizza rolls in a box. Why? Why would you do it?
Yeah, when you can get a bag of 90 for like the same price.
Too bad they stopped selling the flavors I really liked. As is ever the case.
I see we're having this conversation again.
The place was dead. A ghost town. Had been for decades, maybe a century.
Maybe if you had read the site, you would know how long it's been.
Whoa.
I wish it's only been like 30, 40 years since this would have been running.
Yeah, something like that.
Instead, its mining stopped in the 1970 or so. Why don't we just read the fucking sign?
Good idea.
Originally founded in 1928, the Grey Peak Gorge mining town was one of the permanent settlements of Bright Falls. Mining company built for its workers. Well, not so much permanent, but the nearby graveyard is a testament to the dangers miners face on a daily basis. Most men who lost their lives, blah 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 blah, whatever. It was a mining town.
Yeah, it's been like a little under 40 years.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me.
Yeah, I am blanking on the lyrics.
Chicken de China, the Chinese chicken. Have a drumstick and your brain starts sticking.
Watching X-Files with the lights on?
That's pretty much like most of what I remember right there.
He talks too fast. I can't understand half the lyrics in that song.
And there's a reference to Sailor Moon for some reason.
Can I help it if I think you're funny when you're mad? Trying hard not to smile, though I feel bad.
Kind of guy who laughs at a funeral.
Can't understand what I mean? Well, you soon will.
Although, it makes sense, because humans deal with the nervousness mostly by laughing.
Yeah.
It's kind of a reflex.
Being attacked by refrigerators out of fucking nowhere.
I swear, isn't it like... Is this the game where there's an achievement for, like, destroying a kitchen sink? I might be thinking of something else.
I can't remember. Oh. That was close.
Fuck off. What?
Get lost, John Deere.
Oh. There's still one mining cart left. That one actually hit me as it was dissolving. Things that would make me uncomfortable.
No doubt. Ugh.
So at least in this point, a light jog makes sense, because I sure as hell wouldn't want to fucking run across that.
Correct. So, what's this music from?
Charge Man.
Oh, right.
I know there was definitely achievement for actually staying and fighting the train.
Yeah, I can't remember what the hell it's called.
I think it was like locomotion or something.
Something pithy like that, yes.
Faster than a speeding locomotive or something like that. But like there's no indication that you could even ignore it. Another chair perfectly intact.
This one at least makes a little more sense. Oh, great.
Anything outside of riding is a struggle. I feel ill. I managed to make my way downstairs. There's a shoebox filled with books and papers by Thomas Zane. It's very hard to focus, but I managed to read some of it. He's a poet, and a good one. He writes of muses and creators summoning fabulous things from a magic lake, using his powers to shape the world of a realm of gods and dreams and demons, dark things that wait for a chance to slip through, wearing the flesh of men as disguise.
Or women.
Zane writes about himself, his girlfriend being taken over by a dark presence, about growing scared of the lake. Zane believes it's a mirror to the gaping void of darkness above, where some Lovecraftian presence lurks. I crawled back upstairs. I'll borrow these things for my story. They ring true. They fit.
What a fantastic idea.
Indeed.
I wish I had that problem where I couldn't focus on anything but writing. Yeah, sure. Why not? A hunting, I will go.
So yeah, if it wasn't blindingly obvious at this point, the voice that has been occasionally guiding Alan is Thomas Zane.
Scuba Steve, damn you! Stinky Diver, a former Navy commando with an attitude as bad as his odor.
And Meltman with the power to melt.
The kidnapper had sent me a text. The message was full of spelling errors and insults. It was telling me to hurry up.
I stopped for like 10 minutes and corrected every single one of them.
There's nothing worse than a kidnapper who can't freaking text.
I don't know, I actually think I actually would respond. It's like, okay, like, how fast do you think I can fucking run through the wilderness?
I just noticed that the butt of the rifle is clipping through Alan's sleeve.
Birds.
I mean, he's carrying it in a really poor fashion, too, so... But then again, he has to hold the flashlight in the other hand.
Yeah, but it's like, they can't have not noticed this.
Maybe they did and they're just like, ah, fuck it.
Probably.
See, I would advance, but, you know, rickety-ass bridge.
Rickety-ass bridge indeed. More birds!
Nope.
Nevermore!
Fuck off. Oh man, cheese it, guys. He's got a light. Speaking of crows, I've been watching old Mystery Science Theater episodes, and they're still the old ones are definitely, I think, better than the new ones.
I haven't seen any of the new ones.
I don't know. The jokes in the new episodes feel really like safe. I think I've probably said this before. I mean, they're old jokes are probably just as scripted, but they don't feel as like shoehorned in. Kind of like, yeah, hey, we're hipping with it.
It could be a difference in writing technique, because the jokes in the old episodes That was actually those three guys just sitting on Mike's couch, watching the movie, and ad-libbing shit as they went. And then they wrote it down and acted it out with the puppets.
I'm wondering how they wrote it down.
I don't know, maybe they had a tape recorder or something. Anyway, my point is, they might just be scripting the new episodes instead of, actually doing it.
Ad-libbing.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just because, like, I mostly watched episodes with Mike in it, but I don't like Jonah. In comparison, I think I like Jonah the least. I even like Joel more than him. Granted, there's only really two choices, so...
Yeah. Mike is writing the new series, isn't he?
I think actually Jonah is. Maybe?
I thought Mike was involved somehow.
I think he's a producer? A mind collapse, and it was just as loud as you would expect it to be.
And then this motherfucker showed up.
Well, most accidents could be prevented. They're accidents, you don't really get to control that.
There is a such thing as a preventable accident.
There is, but... the reason it's called an accident is because, well, you didn't mean for it to happen. Yeah, maybe it's just because, like, all the jokes are in the old episodes are roughly close to the time frame that... how to phrase it? Like... they're from... well, actually, no, I can't even say they're from my era, because, I mean, I'm still alive, so... all the jokes in the new ones are also from my era. It feels a little more like, aha, we're internet savvy kind of jokes. Yes, we are nerds kind of thing. A little forced. Also a little too much by the way of singing, so I think that's because I think Jonah's a musician too.
I guess that makes sense.
Not that there isn't singing in the old episodes, but usually it was just kind of like Servo making a joke.
Mystery Science Theater 3000, the musical.
I don't think I've ever actually seen the movie either.
It's pretty good.
Kind of funny that they have to have a movie for the show about watching movies and making fun of them. Seems kind of like meta.
It is kind of meta, yeah. It's the first and only time you see the Satellite of Love in a big budget set. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, I don't even think they really show it in the new series either.
You actually see other parts of the satellite.
Whereas, like, old series, it's like, here's what is clearly a prop. I assume the inside of Pearl's van was actually the inside of a real van, though.
Probably. Or at least, a mock-up of one that they had in a filming set somewhere.
Guys, what should we do for Pearl's van? Well, I actually have a van if you want to use it. Does it work? No. Perfect. Have it towed to the set. By the set, you mean, like, the garage? Because it's already in there.
Nice use of sound effects there, by the way.
Going down seems like the proper way to go, so... And then for some reason the game was like, hey, you can't actually go up. Slopes in 3D games. Collision detection.
That's, yeah, kind of strange.
There was probably a coffee thermos up here too, but This is also my safe house where I got all the coffee thermoses.
Oh, so we're not feeding Alan's caffeine addiction anymore.
Because we already did. Yeah, I figured you'd appreciate that.
Oh, I love that. That reminds me of a story. Our friend Larry, she once set her father's browser's homepage to that.
The question is, like, what was the point of it having that focus point aside from, hey, look at this, I guess, nice view?
I think that's like your ultimate escalation. Maybe? I don't know.
Oh, we're going away from it. So I think it is really just like, hey, look at this nice view, I guess.
Hmm.
I don't know, I don't really care much for mountains as, like, scenery. I don't find them attractive, I guess you could say.
Oh, great. Another game over. Just great.
Perfect.
Fantastic.
Exactly what I wanted.
Wonderful.
Not to say I don't like rocks or anything. Rocks are nice, I guess. Because, I mean, you know, I'd fuck a gargoyle, so
Okay.
that feels like I have to kind of be okay with rocks as a whole.
Fucking birds.
Good thing we have D&D to facilitate all these weird things you think about. I'm just like, yeah, I'd totally fuck that. And hey, you can if you want. Like, comedy orcish lasses.
I'm pretty sure my last D&D character did hook up with one orcish lass, at least.
Yes, he was a bar wench.
Yes. Oh, I would be shitting myself about now.
I don't know, I feel like at this point I would definitely be like, I kind of hate my wife now. I hate everything.
Run, you fool!
Yeah, I mean, really, why the train car?
I don't know, why does the malevolent force of nature throw anything at you, Alex?
Well, I mean, the real question is why is the Dark Presence actually trying to kill Alan? Because I'm pretty sure it needs him alive. If it could just possess people and write the story itself, it probably would.
I think, much like Alan and the other people involved, the Dark Presence has to follow the story as it is written, because, well, that's how it's written. That's how Alan has manipulated reality to play out.
Fuck off. Look, I'm not gonna lie, I probably would have at some point probably been like, and then the Dark Presence was a totally hot chick and it was all okay. Hastily erasing that from the... Well, actually, no, you couldn't need whiteout for a typewriter.
I mean, those exist.
One typewriter you could just hit backspace on?
Yeah?
Weird. I don't like that, that makes me uncomfortable. Anyway, next time on Radical Bromance.
More typewriters?